The spirit of linebacker Sam Mills lives on in 2 words. And the sounding of the drum reminds every Panther to keep pounding as they get ready for a fight here at Charlotte's Bank of America Stadium. Today, 2 NFC South teams set to tangle. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. Blake Groupie out and ready to send this away. And we're off and running from Charlotte. Trevor Etienne to return this. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. And they're brought out by someone still trying to live up to that #1 pick status from the 2023 draft. Now in his 3rd season from the University of Alabama, it's Bryce Young.
Watching Bryce Young at Alabama, he just made the game look so easy. One of those rare prospects where everything just feels like it's in slow motion and he's in total control. Well, fast forward to the NFL, and he took a beating early in his career. Everything must have felt like a blur. But there's no denying the promise he has as a quarterback. That high upside that made him the #1 pick overall.
Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. On the ground again with Dowdle. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ballgame. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
His first throw is an interception. Picked off by Jonas Sanker. And the Saints get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Well, we all know everybody wants to avoid an opening drive 3 now, partner, but given how that one just went, an opening drive punt probably doesn't seem too bad right now.
Oh, I think everybody on that sideline would co-sign, especially the quarterback. And you also now give life to this defense and their offense that runs on the field.
So now we'll get a look at the other offense as the Saints take the field. And leading them began his college career way back in 2018. Now entering the NFL as a 2nd-round pick, it's Tyler Shough.
What a story this guy already has to tell, Kate. 7 years in college, 42 starts, 3 different schools, and a multitude of injuries. But I'll tell you this, a lot of NFL teams were intrigued by his talent because he can run, he can throw, and when healthy, he can be a difference maker.
This is Alvin Kamara with it. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Shough working from the gun. Now here he goes. He manages a gain of 8 there. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a Saints first down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's Shough, 1st and 10. It's a big strike to Hill. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. but they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Blake Groupie to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Panthers nothing.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff.
For the Saints.
On the return, this is ETN. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Carolina offense out and ready to go for their second drive. And time to hit a quick reset here, partner, after they find themselves behind following that opening drive INT.
Yeah, you say reset, I say Control-Alt-Delete. Pretend like it didn't even happen. You got to flush it in a hurry.
Panthers look just about ready. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Dowdle. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. From the pistol, it's Young. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
A loss of 9.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Let's see what they went with. 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. That ball is out. Young lost it. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. All right, so in the end, it's a play for no gain, Bronk, although we did have plenty of excitement along the way. Wow, this has been a rough sequence for them starting out. First, the interception, and now almost giving it away again on the fumble.
Yeah, coach's going to have to get everybody around the campfire and get this thing figured out, because through all the years and all the styles of play, we know one thing, Kate. Turnover margin in the NFL is the biggest indicator of winning and losing.
On 4th down, Panthers going to turn to Sam Martin to punt this one away. Jukes away from one. And he's brought down before the return gets far. This New Orleans offense readied up for its 2nd drive of the contest. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them, right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, they're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
1st and 10. Saints find themselves with some good field position starting out. Shotgun snap to Shuck. Finds him over the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Shuck looking to pass here. Completed over the middle. And he takes it across midfield and into Panthers territory.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
3rd and just 2 to go. And they just get the play off. Got a man. Vele has it. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. So that's one quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. 7-0 is our score. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Pistol give to Kamara. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Oh, he's Nick squirting there on the play.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Back to throw. Shot. Down he goes. The Panthers got him. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on 3rd down.
Protection is always tested against a blitz, especially with all the different ways the defenses today disguise them. Couldn't quite account for the number of rushers that time. And it ends just how you expect. The quarterback needing a little help to get picked up off the grass.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Tight end going in motion here. It's Kamara on 3rd down. And they get stuffed. He is knocked backwards on the play. That makes it 4th down.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
So 4th down, and here comes Kai Kroger to punt for the Saints. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. The Panther offense headed out to the field. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Dowdle. And they're going to bring him down after his play rips off quite a chunk of yardage there, up to the 30. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Receiver in motion, headed right. Young on 1st and 10. On target to his back, Rico Dowdle. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Shotgun give now to Dowdle. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. If you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at the vault. The Panthers at a disadvantage on the scoreboard. Markers reset, ball at the 37. It's Young, the throw here on first. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Young. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down after a short gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
To the line, here's 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap now to Young. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. No kicker out there, so instead of a 46-yard field goal effort, they're going for it. They'll go, Dowdle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. They only needed a couple, and that is what they got. Not the most impressive gain, but a big one as they get the first.
I think sometimes you hear 4th and 2, and it sounds like it's short. But what if I said 4th and 6 feet? That's a little bit more, and it takes a surge just like that to get it done.
Connection made to Tremble. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Young working from the gun. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. That was Tataroa McMillan he was looking for. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Geez, with each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative this quarterback stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
Young to throw here on 3rd. And oh, he got it! Interception! Justin Reed has the INT.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The Saints taking the field for the final time in this first half. They're up by 7. Let's see if they choose to rest on that and just go into the locker room. Only half a minute to go in our half. Let's see how they begin the drive. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Shuck now on first down. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. And a nice chunk there, about 7. He's up to the 27. We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shuck now from the gun. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
It just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. Here he is on third and short. He's running for it. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. The Saints call their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10. Here's Shuck. That's caught left side by Vele. And they're approaching midfield with that gain of 6. He's up to the 46.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46.
So we have a one-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen and crew, thrilled to be with you from the Orlando studios at EA Sports, and we'll keep this one short and sweet. Just one touchdown on the board so far, 7-0 at the half. Will the offenses pick it back up? To find out, let's rejoin our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks for that update, Scott. Welcome back, everyone, for the third quarter. Got a one-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field. Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The New Orleans offense ready to get to work to begin this third quarter. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, and just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
For a Saints first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Shuck's going to throw here. And the Panthers are just too much here. They're going to take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Things already looking a good bit tougher here. It is 2nd and 17 after the sack. Shuck dumps it off to his running back. This gets forward a little, not a ton, to the 35. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop.
3-yard pickup.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. Oh, he lost the football. Panthers pick this one up. Well, they can't add anything after that recovery, partner, but they do take possession of the football.
There are so many fundamental details play the quarterback position, especially in the pocket. But you get loose, you make a nice little run, you get in the open field, you gotta have the fundamentals to tuck that ball away. QB doesn't, defender knocks it out. Huge turn of events.
The Panthers and running back Rico Dowdle back out now. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Dowdle on the ground. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, second down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Now it's Young. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That was a situation where I think the previous drive, really affected the decision-making there. Coming off a pick, he wasn't about to challenge the coverage. Instead, well, he just took his medicine.
Offense looking to convert as they come up to the line, third down. Here's Young to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
The issues this offense has been having, well, they extend well beyond third down today. You can just look up that big goose egg on the scoreboard, but now time's not on their side either.
Carolina in punt formation. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And this just gets past the 20 before going out. Here comes the Saints offense. And nothing to show from their last drive except, well, we did see a couple of short tempers, Brock. Not happy to have fumbled away that series.
Yeah, fumbles are one of those mistakes, Kate, you don't get a lot of grace for in the NFL. Just one in a game is too many. Got to find a way to protect the rock.
Saints to the line now. First and 10. Start things off with a run by Kamara. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Another run for Kamara. And he will not get the first, but oh, this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. Third down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They stay on the ground with Kamara. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's 4th down.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Here comes the Saints punting unit. Kai Kroger is going to kick this one away. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. Carolina about set to go once again offensively. And they have tried on occasion to ramp up their passing game, but just nothing has worked with consistency yet, Brock. Might be why they trail near the end of this third quarter.
You sure love teams who excel on the ground, right? You love a physical game of football who can hammer at the opponent. But in today's NFL, it's just impossible to win if you don't have a passing component that's balancing it out.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Tight end in motion left. The inside give to Dowdle. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
First down.
Okay, to run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. Here's Dowdle again. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's the Panthers who have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Here's Dowdle straight up the middle. And he's down very close to that first, but looks like he is stopped just in time after a gain of 4.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
3rd down run with Dowdle. He has the first and still going past the 35. And he'll finally be taken down at the 25. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. All right, a couple yards to make up, Brock. Time to rediscover the magic on this drive. Here's 2nd and 12. This time it's a passing play. Completed to his running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Looking to throw. Got his man. This is McMillan. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A 7-yard gain. That's another Panthers first down.
And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
First down, Young. He's gonna pull this one down and run with it. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. Hubbard trying to run his way in. And he's in for the touchdown. The Panthers now trail by just a point in the 4th. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th.
The game at 7.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Has this at the 6. This makes it up to the 25. The Saints ready to return their offense to the field. They're headed out there after just watching their lead disappear, but going off of that, an opportunity does exist now for an immediate answer.
And I'm going to say the quiet thing out loud here, Kate. There is a part of this offensive group that just loves this opportunity. They get the chance right now to answer, and not just that, but possibly come up with a game-winning drive.
New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. Running behind center with Kamara. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Saints want to end it in regulation if they can. First down run netted them nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Shuck. Finds him over the middle. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Throwing now. This finds its target. That's Hill. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. That's a pickup of 9. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. He'll look to throw it. Right back to Hill. This is caught. And he gets out of bounds, gets him the first down as well, and moved them into field goal range.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play, down to the 19. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
First down, Saints.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Counter give to Kamara. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Here he is to throw. Looking for his back, but it will not find him. That's incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here he is to throw. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Now the Panthers decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Here's an important kick now for Blake Grupe. He's looking 34 yards here down the middle. That one is good! And they're going to take the lead inside the final minute.
You know what I love about that, Kate? He didn't shrink from the spotlight. He seized the moment, made it his own. And that kick might just win them this game.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Hubbard with a return here. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Carolina offense headed out now. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. First call here coming from the shotgun. Setting up to pass. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Incomplete. Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Just 40 seconds remaining. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Completed over the middle. And in a blink, they are up to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. It's a pickup of 11, and it'll give the Panthers a first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So this a win on the road for the Saints. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from Charlotte.